You have different types of commencement speakers with different messages. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have tonight Mr. Todd Monette as our commencement speaker. Let me tell you a little bit about Todd, because it's pretty important to learn about who Todd is and then listen to the words that he's going to share with you. Currently, Todd Monette is the site manager for LyondellBasell Industries in the Channelview Chemical Complex. LyondellBasell, get this, is one of the world's largest olefins, polyolefins, chemicals, and refining companies in the world. He is responsible for the site's safety, for the environmental soundness, and the reliable operation of the facility. Todd has been doing this for over 30 years in the refining and chemical industry, including leadership not only with LyondellBasell, but also with Shell and Motiva. He has driven culture change, personnel development, while providing senior leadership in engineering, operations, maintenance, turnarounds, reliability, cost reduction, process safety, work process, and refinery management. Todd has held leadership positions with industry, trade, and advocacy organizations, and formerly served as the Workforce Development Chairman for the Golden Triangle Southeast Texas Plant Manager Forum, board member and past chairman of the East Harris County Manufacturers Association, also known as EHCMA, and I'm going to stop for a minute right there, because the East Harris County Manufacturing Association has supported Lee College for the last 2 years with scholarship funds to help you, like those sitting out here today, and those who will follow you. And that is important, because the one thing that comes out more often than not that holds a student back finishing what they start, and you know this, is how can I finance my college education? So, Todd, thank you for your leadership of EHCMA, and thank you for your support. Todd has long been active in community and is past member and board of directors of the Houston East End Chamber of Commerce. He is currently on the Galena Park and the San Jacinto College foundation boards, and he previously was the executive sponsor for the Minority and Women's Business Council in Port Arthur, Texas. Listen to this. I get impressed pretty easily, but boy, this really impressed me. Todd holds a master's degree in business administration from Rice University, way to go, and a Bachelor of Science degree in chemical engineering from Mississippi State University in Starksville. Todd and his wife, Terry, have 3 beautiful daughters. It is my pleasure to introduce your Fall 2015 commencement speaker, Mr. Todd Monette. Mr. Monette?
How y'all doing? Okay, so the doctor got this started, and I'm going to kind of keep it going here real quick. I just want to get a little group participation if I can. You up for it? One person is up for it, right over here. You up for it? All right. Graduates, look at each other and say congratulations. Say, you are awesome. Say, I am ready for the next challenge. Say, bring it on. Look to your family and say, thanks for being there. All right, now family, this is your turn. Look at your student and say, glad you're done. All right, I think that got the energy level up a little bit. As Doctor said, my name is Todd Monette. I'm with LyondellBasell, and I am so honored. It's my direct privilege to be here for your commencement ceremony. I'm honored not only because you are the 2015 graduates of Lee College, but you are our future. You may have heard that before, but have you thought about what that really means? Have you looked to see what is on the horizon? Have you taken a breath to look at all your possibilities? Do you feel the responsibility? That's what my speech is going to be about tonight for you. I could stand before you and talk about how LyondellBasell is one of the biggest chemical companies in the world, number 3 to be exact, about our revenue, about our safety record, which we're extremely proud of. But my job tonight is to give you guidance and encouragement as you embark on your next step. To get where you are, I know you've worked hard. Raise your hand if this applies to you. Okay, I didn't see all the hands up, so. You've overcome challenges. You've stayed up late to study. You've probably gone without sleep because you're juggling work, school, family. Dealt with disappointment and frustration at times, possibly. But you've also celebrated accomplishments, achievements, and victories. It's been a roller coaster ride, right? Now all of that has been worth it because now you're graduating. And I'd like to tell you that it's all smooth sailing from here. The oceans are calm. That your path and future is going to be bright. But that will only be true if you make it happen. It is totally up to you. What I'm going to share with you is a single piece of advice that has stayed with me my whole life. I'm sure you've heard of Michael Jordan, right? He's considered to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. You may even be wearing the shoes with his name on it at some times. But have you really looked at the man behind those legendary skills? Did you know that when he was just a little younger than some of you, he was devastated after being cut from his high school varsity basketball team? What happened next was a choice he made to keep going. When asked about it, here's what Jordan had to say. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. In 26 games, I've been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. That's also why he's in the Hall of Fame, I might add. I could tell you not to worry, that everything will work out. Instead, I challenge you to worry about the right things. Did I act with integrity? Have I made my family proud? Did I treat the people around me right? Who can I help? Don't complain about someone else, what someone else is doing. Worrying about that is a waste of time and you can't control it. You need to be the best version of yourself. Do you recognize the name Steve Jobs? He founded Apple. Apple. The company that changed our world with the iPhone, the iPad, and the App Store. Those are history-making creations. He was just 30 years old. Incredible wealth on top of the world. And then Jobs got fired from the very company he started. It was very public and very ugly. He was devastated. He called it a betrayal. He thought about running away, but he stayed and started another company and failed. He tried again with a different computer company and stumbled again. By this time, Apple was in trouble. It was stagnating. Jobs got asked to return, and he led Apple on a journey that turned it into the most profitable company in the world. It must have been humiliating to be pushed out of the company that you're most identified with, the company that was your baby. But Jobs kept going. He stood fast. Certainly, there may have been doubts, questions, but he never gave up. Fear does not stop you, and failure does not define you. It doesn't matter if you fall, it only matters if you get back up. That's exactly what Nick Woodman did. He started a website called Empower All that never got off the ground. He tried again with a gaming and marketing company called Funbug. He gathered nearly $4 million from investors, but users didn't show up and Funbug folded. It is now considered one of the biggest flops in Silicon Valley history. Every bit of that $4 million was lost. Woodman was devastated. He was about the age of some of you. In his 20s, he took off on a long surfing trip. In that time, he wanted to take videos while he was surfing. By now, he was terrified of failure, but he was determined. He sat down for 4 days at his desk and came up with his next creation. He had a product, but now it was tougher to get money. He and his girlfriend sold shell necklaces from the truck of their car. He borrowed money from his parents, and step by step by step, he climbed back up to the top. You may not recognize his name, but I know you'll recognize his invention, the GoPro camera. In each of those examples, you've heard that the people were devastated by a single turn of events. Events that could have turned the world upside down for every single one of them, could have crushed them. But they chose to keep going. The world you enter is not always fair or just, but challenges are there to be overcome. So back to my first point. My advice to you, view everything as a learning opportunity, hold your head up, and keep pushing. Along the way, there are ways to make sure that the life you live is the best version of you. Feed your soul, cherish your friends, keep your word, find a mentor, and surround yourself with people who want to be the best for you. In other words, know who is at your table. Yes, there are expectations of you. I look out at this sea of faces, and I see promise and hope. You are the next generation, and the world is in your hands, and I know each and every one of you will make us proud. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your incredibly important night and commencement ceremony and spending some time with you. May God bless your path that you're on, and may you stay strong and persevere. Thank you very much.
I want to thank Todd for being our commencement speaker tonight, but I also, again, want to thank him and all of the great folks at the East Harris County Manufacturing Association, because folks that are sitting out here tonight, some of you benefited from the scholarship dollars that was raised by that organization, and they continue to raise scholarship dollars, and so some of our future graduates who will be sitting out here will also be the beneficiaries. So let's once again thank Todd Monette. Thank you, Todd.
Tonight, we would like to thank Mr. Todd Monette with an endowed scholarship in his name to help future Lee College students. Please help me in thanking Mr. Todd Monette once more.
It is important, as I mentioned earlier, that we help our students in any way we can to finish what they start. And so, Todd, it's a great opportunity for Lee College to recognize you and to thank you for what you've done for our college, and in your name, the Endowed Scholarship. Thank you very, very much.